Okay.
Hello, Sparkles.
Hi, Sparkle.
I'm Gwendolyn.
I'm Jevona.
I'm Jeannie.
Woo. Doot doot. There
And
we
I
go.
have a hat on instead of a tiara today. I will use my hat tiara.
I put,
Yeah.
is it this side?
You got your little ears on, or your bow, your
Side?
ears or your bow on. And Gwendolyn's got her tiara, and I have a hat. I have a fedora tiara on. Dun,
I like your hat.
dun, dun.
Cool.
I love my hat.
My hair.
Gwendolyn and I were talking about how beautiful my hat is.
Woo!
Whoever
Yes, we were.
made this hat, I love you. Thanks for making this hat.
Sparkle girl.
Welcome to Sparkle.
What's up?
I'm Jevona.
I'm Jeannie. I think we did it, but we'll do it again.
We do it already. I don't think we did it, did we?
I did.
I think Gwendolyn and I did, and then you didn't. So now we're doing it again. We are the Sparkles.
I love that we can just
show.
That we can each and every moment can set the stage, and it doesn't really matter what we did like a minute ago. It's like
right. Every now moment is new, and so we're just gonna take like 2 seconds because
Okay.
I don't know if we've done this the last couple shows, but we're just gonna take that present moment of now, breath in.
Yep.
Taking the beautiful slide down to our heart.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right. That perfectly puts us in our heart with that music. So take that deep breath in, slide down into your heart. Feel that presence arising within you. So yummy. So Jevona, you have everything's lighting up. What's lighting up?
I feel like I want to burst, but that's just usually me when we haven't seen each other for a bit, and so we can just like burst all this energy. Oh my gosh, it's just like I just love like so many things have been happening, and I just love that we can like every moment is new, and we can either choose the story or not. Like within every second of every moment of your life, you can be like, I'm abundant. I'm living, like everybody's beautiful. Like everybody's like, we're oneness. And like, it's literally like, I think like that and it goes in that direction and everything wonderfully, magically happens. Or you could be like, okay, I'm in a story for a bit, but I love that we are here at this place sharing that we are already in this I am, the God I am, that we could just stop ourselves in like, that's the integration part. That's the us like, that's the alchemizing. That's the magician, that's in all of us. Like, and when it says one person, like Abraham, one person in their light is worth many in their light. So even us being in our light, and maybe others don't see us like this, or might be like, oh, what has she got? I want what she got, or whatever. It expands to all of them. So we could just see them in the light, and we don't have to go into lack or being a story of what they are or what they aren't. And just so then I had this friend that like came out, I hadn't talked to her in a year and a half, and we had something that happened back then. And because we change, we're always changing. And so I was changing. And then she's like, sentimental of missing me or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I miss you too. And then it was like we were going to set up a time to meet. And then for some reason, there was a story still, like there's still a little bit of a story kind of going on with me a little bit. But I'm like, no, I'm seeing it like this. I'm seeing it like this. Like, I can see her as being like the same person she was a year and a half ago, or I can see her in the same a new person. I'm a new person. She's a new person. And it was just like, and I seen it like, this is going to happen like this. Like, I'm going to state what's going to happen. It's going to be fun. It's going to be lovely. It's working on my behalf, or, you know what I mean? She wouldn't message me like, and even when she sent a message, there was even a part where, that doesn't resonate with me. And even still when she sent, oh, I really don't like that energy at the moment. And I thought there was still a story going on. I'm like, wait, like I could be like, you know what? That's not really my energy. I don't think I want to do that. And then it's like, I can change any of it. Why can't it be my energy? This is just like, do I want chocolate or vanilla? Actually, no, I'm going to choose this. And then I'm going to go over there like this. And I, we're setting the stage, right? Like it's our orchestration. It's our magic show.
It's your movie.
It's
your movie. You're writing all the characters and the scripts.
And so I went over there, and it was just like we like we always had this deep connection, but there, and so it was like, I don't know, I was there all day. Like I didn't get home till like 8 hours later, and it was just like, wow, that felt really good. Like it was like, get myself out of the story, create my whatever you want, and that was
you
just
made
like,
a person. You remade a person.
and it was just like seeing them in their lights, and it was just like everything else unfolded, and it was just like it's just like each moment. That's that whole like, living on the leading edge, or just like playing in your show. Like it's just each and every moment. It's just like, what story am I creating? And then same thing with my whole Turkey trip. So I was going to go to Turkey. I'm going to Turkey. And so there's sometimes I'd be like, okay, well, what feels better? Like I had bought my tickets in between because we're going to 3 different places there. Didn't buy my ticket there, back. And I thought, I think it's time to buy the ticket, and I look to go to Istanbul, if I'm saying it wrong, and back, the ticket there and back. And I'm like, I mean, going 2 weeks sounds like easier than going. Sometimes when I think I'm going for a month, it sounds like, whoa. But then when I started looking at the tickets, and I'm like, and it really was literally like, okay, well, Michelle's in Paris and she's going to Rome. So I thought, okay, maybe a week before Turkey, I'll take a trip to Rome. And then in my heart, I've always been excited to go to Paris. But I was like, but I don't know if I can see myself doing that 2 months. Like, I don't want to be away for 2 months. That's a little bit more. Like, I know myself. I like to still, whatever. But it's still a story, right? So then I was like, okay, this feels good to maybe buy a ticket to Rome. So I look at prices, and originally to go like on Sunday was cheaper. It was like 10 days before. And I thought, a week before would be better. And then all of a sudden this ticket came up to go like a week before, like the Tuesday. It was the cheapest to go there. And I'm like, okay, let's do that. And as I kept looking, thinking in my head, it was from Vancouver, which is like an hour drive to go to Vancouver. And then I need, my partner to drive me there. And there's, and I thought, what would be easy? Like, didn't even look at it. Look back again. And the flight was from Abbotsford. This is where I live.
Wow.
Like there's an airport here, and it barely flies out of places. So there's a trip to go to Rome from Abbotsford, and it's like a 12-hour flight. There's one stop in between. The cheapest flight or whatever. And I thought, really? Like, oh my gosh. Okay, that's super cheap, because even going to fly back and forth for the 2 weeks for Istanbul was way more. And I'm like, well, it feels actually better to buy the one-way ticket, because in that way I could wait to the end. I could go 3 weeks. I could go for weeks. And then afterwards I was looking, and I got the ticket, and I thought, okay, looking on the tickets to come back from Istanbul. Well, $1,200, and I fly to Vancouver, which is still away, like still that flight back. And it was a longer flight and everything. So I thought, okay, what if I leave on the 19th, which is a lot of people are finished, go check. Like, do I want to go across to Rhodes, or do I want, and I thought, if I go back to Istanbul, it was like a $350 ticket to go from Istanbul from Göcek to Istanbul. And I wouldn't make the flight home on the 19th. I would have to go back on the 20th. And so I'm like, okay, this ticket was like $1,200 from Istanbul. It was like $350 for that to fly there. And I thought, this thought came in my head, and I'm like, what about going to Paris? What if I just leave from Göcek and go to Paris? Because going back to Istanbul, I mean, I was already there. And I'm like, maybe I won't want to go to Rhodes. Maybe I'll go to Rhodes the 8 days that we're there, because we could take a day trip over to Rhodes, right? Like, and I thought, I looked at a ticket to Paris. Oh my gosh, it was cheaper than the Istanbul ticket of $350. It was $300, and it was still going to Istanbul, stop, and then go to Paris. And I'm like, wow, it's bringing me to Paris. Well, what if I went to Paris for 2 or 3 days on the way back instead of going the other, even if it's by myself or whoever wants to join me? And then I look at a ticket from Paris home. Oh my gosh. Okay, depending on what day I go, even if I just go to Paris for 2 days, there was a flight home for $400.
Wonderful.
It went all the way to Abbotsford. Not even Vancouver. And I'm like, if I wait 2 more extra days, like the Monday would be $600. That's like half the price from going to Turkey. And I was like, what sounds better? What feels better? I'm like, like the universe knew that in my heart I wanted to go to Paris, even if it's for a couple days. And I'm like, Now it's presenting itself the easiest, cheapest way.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
That's so exciting.
Wow,
And it's
wow.
following your heart and your excitement. Yeah.
And it's like in both these cases, Jevona, it's like you've expanded the canvas. Like, no, it's not just this canvas in front of me. It's the air around me. It's the everything there is, you know? And just that expansion into, well, where do I want to go in the world? You know, how would I like this to come out? You know, that's so incredible. So
what
excited
feels
for you.
better? What, just that instant of like, oh, is my body constricting? Or like, you know what I mean? Like restricting, or like, what feels better?
Yeah.
Wow. You know, even if I do the one ticket there and in 2 or 3 weeks I decide, you know what, maybe I'll just go home now because I feel like going home and then going to Paris. It's still that option of going to Paris for a few days on my way home. Like, that sounds so easy. And I'm super excited. And now I don't even have like any, I'm so excited because it was like,
So tell me, you only booked the one way and you just know that this is going to be there when you need it?
yeah, because it's for whatever reason, going to Turkey is like just the way that the flight, there's no, I think, because WestJet, it flies to Rome and Paris and it flies to Abbotsford, but it doesn't fly to, like, it doesn't go to Istanbul. Like, you got to go from Vancouver and go to one that's whatever. Like, I've checked different ones and I'm like, even for Paris though, it's just like on the certain days, like, do I stay 2 days or 3 days or whatever, maybe the cheaper price is this. Not saying it's always the cheaper price, but it's just like, I'm not saying you're always going for the cheaper price, but I'm like, okay, it's like my heart says Paris just feels better. And then here the universe going, well, it's kind of a no-brainer. You want to, use this money to get a hotel instead, like, or I don't know. It's just like, it's like right under right under our noses of what? Like, do I want to, like, I'm already there. Wouldn't I choose Paris? You know what I mean?
And that's what I want to mention this because it's such an important point that we've all learned. It's a choice. We always, at least I did, I'm going to speak for myself. I always thought that I had to change my reality. I had to change the script I was living in. And we all now know it's a choice to choose again. And that's what you did with your friend. You're like, why would I choose that old script? That doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel like the love I have for her, no matter what the issues were. I thought whatever it was, I'm choosing, wow, wouldn't it feel good to just reconnect with somebody I love and on the same frequency, the frequency of love. Let me just choose again. Let me choose a different script. Let me choose to see things differently. Let me let go of things that are unlike love, that aren't even real without the source that we are perceiving it as such. And Abraham and Tom and everybody says that there is no source of unlike love. The only source, the true source, is love. Our light of perception makes these unlike love things real. And you chose, you're like, no, that doesn't feel good. I want to love my friend because I do.
Yeah.
And I want to just meet her at a different frequency. And you did. And you're like, I want to get excited about this trip. What would make me excited about this trip? And you just kept choosing. And the universe is like, let's light it up for you. Let's just light it up because now you're choosing to go in your highest excitement and joy. And I'm getting so many chills as I say this. So let's light up the flights for you and show you how perfect that is.
And the other beautiful thing is that even with all that light, you didn't grasp. You didn't grab onto it. You're going, oh, I got to get that flight. Oh, that's a great deal. No, you're still open to anything.
The options.
Yeah.
Like, it's never right or wrong, or it's never like, it's just like, what feels better? Like Frank would always say, what feels better? And it's just like the options are, the menu is always there. And we have our minds to alchemize, use our magic wand, our heart, magician, like whatever we choose. It's just like what flavor do you want? It's never
that.
It's because
and you're just reveling, like because I've been here, you're reveling in the joy of how it's lighting up as you choose your highest excitement. If it was a hard and fast yes, you would have bought the ticket, right? But it's just like you're just in that savoring and that delicious like fulfillment of, oh my gosh, it's always working out for me. I just need to choose. I don't need to change anything. I just need to choose what feels good, and then decide from there, and then just, oh, it's so fun. It's so delicious, and it's so easy.
It's like what you said before. How can you be surprised and delighted if you can't? Right?
Right? How can you be surprised and delighted if you keep asking for the script? Just go with, let your heart lead you. It knows the way. Thank you, Jevona. Thank you, Sparkles, for sparkling bright.
I'm lit up now.
Wow.
Yes.
This is so lit. This is so lit. Thank you.
Little hearts coming in on my screen. I don't know, but anyways. Sparkle.
And this is for everyone. This is for everyone. Like,
this is for everyone.
Everyone watching this has all the hours.
Yeah, we all have the menu.
There they go. There they go. There they go.
Yes. Oh, I think I have that too, maybe. Boo boo.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
Love you.
None. I love you.
You shine so bright.